What's going on, guys? Nick here from MBT Studio. We're here at Montreal for 2019 Audio Fest, and today we're here at the Dekoni booth with
Sam Roney from Dekoni Audio. Nice to meet you, man.
How's it going?
Everything's good,
You
man.
had a really great turnout. So, would you mind telling me a little bit about the company and some of your inspiration?
Sure. So, Dekoni was co-founded by my partner Tal and myself. And basically, Tal was looking for a replacement pair of ear pads for his 7506s. Tal's background is a live engineer and studio engineer on tour, in recording studios, basically, sound from morning till night. And he and I are both trained musicians, went to school for music originally, and he was wearing these 7506s for forever. And he wanted to get his ear pads replaced because his ear pads were feeling kind of funky. And he looked around, and there were some replacements, but nothing that was really better than the original. And he said, we need to make something better than the original. And he and I had worked together for a long time. He came to me and said, we need to do this. And I'm like, I'm not an engineer. I'm like, you're an engineer. You need to do this, and we'll figure out how to make something happen. And he did it. I mean, he came up with the concept. He came up, did the research for all the different types of materials, figured out the foam, figured out all the different materials that we make, sheepskin, fenestrated sheepskin, the hybrid, which is velour on the face, sheepskin on the outside, fenestrated on the inside, the elite velour pads, which is our velour. He created the low-end line called ear pads with a Z, which was just like cheap replacements for things to be separated from our premium line. And he came up with some new things recently, which is the ones for the Sony WH-1000 XM2 and XM3. So he's got the choice suede now, which is an amazing synthetic material. It's a synthetic suede. It is vegetarian, as well as the choice leather, which is actually, believe it or not, the same material as this choice suede. So feel that one.
Wow, that's
Okay.
incredible.
Yeah, and feel that. Wow. So this feels like real leather, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually the same material flipped inside out.
That's astonishing.
How cool is that, right?
Yeah. Oh my
So
God.
he came up, he sourced it. He's back and forth overseas constantly, working on prototypes of new things, working on the molds, taking measurements, doing OEM projects for different headphone manufacturers, collaborative projects like we did with Fostex for the Dekoni Blue, which is a T50 variant, basically. He retuned the headphone for a more audiophile experience. So Tal really is the guy that does it all, and I'm the face that gets to go out and do all the sales calls and deal with our distributors and dealers, both domestically in the US and abroad. And it's just been an amazing experience the last 3+ years building up the company.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have honestly been all over the scene everywhere, just releasing so many new products. Would you mind talking about these guys?
Yeah, sure. So the Nuggets. So this was Tal had been trying to figure out how to do a replacement headband.
Yeah.
We get so many requests because we make the pads for this HD600 and HD800 from Sennheiser. People were constantly asking for replacement headbands for that, and we haven't gotten something that could be universal, that could be used for multiple models, and we're trying not to make a model for every single type of headphone, at least not yet. And he came up with this idea why are people really replacing the headband? Was it that they were worn out, or was it that it was uncomfortable? And the majority of people said, the headbands just weren't that comfortable. So he came up with the solution. He took our YM80 memory foam, and he took the choice leather, which is the new synthetic leather here. And basically, you come in pack of 4 for like 20 USD, and you can apply them onto the inner of the headphone here to take away pressure wherever you may be getting pressure. So if your head doesn't quite reach and some of the headband isn't spreading around the whole thing, it takes all the pressure off, so you don't get pressure on your temples, you don't get pressure on the head and wind up with a headache from wearing your headphones from a long period of time. So it was a great solution to the problem of people finding just headbands uncomfortable, and it can be used on just about anything. They are one-stick applications with 3M tape, but the response has been overwhelmingly good, and we've seen reviews, across the board very positive.
Absolutely.
People love it.
Guys, we've gotten the Nuggets and we've tried it out for a bunch of different headphones in the studio, and the difference it makes is honestly astonishing, and I wish something like this good quality was in the market a couple of years earlier, because I know me personally, even you guys, you've had some pairs of headphones that you've liked, but the comfort just wasn't there, it wasn't enough to snuff. And unfortunately, comfort's such a huge part of, headphone and longevity. But with this, you get to keep your sound, and you get to just make your existing headphones, whether comfortable or uncomfortable, and just tweak it to sound and feel all the more better.
Yeah, man, that's what we do. You know, when we make a replacement pad, we're looking for it to be more comfortable than the original, better isolation, you know, and help fix potential problems or criticisms that people have had in the marketplace of a headphone. You know, we're tuning and basically designing the pad, and Tal's dealing with how curved is the ear pad going to be and all those things. It's going to affect the sound. And one of the things we pride ourselves in doing is we post measurements and, you know, differences between stock and our pads for most of the different things that we've done. And the project this year has been to just bang out all of those different measurements so people really have a basis of comparison to see objectively what it does to the sound signature with each of the different pads.
Absolutely. And these guys are super busy. Of course, they post measurements for all of their pads, all the sound changes, and you're very active on all the forums. I've seen Mass Drop, just the community.
Yeah.
You really take community feedback. Now, is there anything that you're kind of working on in the works? Big beast?
Yeah, so
out?
we've got you know, we've done very well with HD 600, HD 800. We released HD 700, so we've got some pads coming out in the next month or two. This is going to be for the HD 598, which will also fit the PC37X, I think it's called, from Mass Drop, the gaming headset. So I think that's going to be a really exciting piece for us. There's been huge demand and request for the gaming headset pads. We're working on some other gaming headset replacement pads as well, and upgrade pads. So I think that's something you can really look forward to over the next few months.
Yep, absolutely. And last question, what is your favorite combination of Dekoni products on a headphone?
So I'm vegetarian in my personal life, but I'm not an animal rights activist. It's a health concern for me. I really love the feel of sheepskin. I got to be honest with you. You know, having like the fenestrated sheepskin pads on my head is like, it's just so comfortable, and I don't feel like I get as sweaty as I do as when I wear like a velour pad. So it's been
the fenestration. You got the nice airflow going on, obviously.
That's it, yeah.
Best of both worlds scenario.
And the sound, I mean, it's just amazing. Like when I listen to like the Alere with the fenestrated pads, I feel like those pads were like made for that headphone. Like it's just that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. So that's my go-to, and you know, it's just been amazing, and I really appreciate you guys coming in and checking us out today, man.
And thanks for taking the time out. It's great, obviously, to get so much insight on a company like this who's doing a lot of great work just for the comfort and just the audio community in general. So it's a pleasure, Sam.
Thanks. Take it easy, guys. See you next time, the next show.